Hey, my friends, this is The Art of Prepping. Thanks for joining me today. Due to recent events in the Las Vegas area and the shooting that happened a few days ago, I thought maybe I share a few thoughts about what I would do or think about if I was in a large venue filled with a lot of people. It could be a concert or maybe just another type of gathering, but it's good to kind of think about what could happen because things do happen. The first thing I would do is to have an exit plan. I would note the nearest exits and pick one of them as my primary egress route in case I need to leave the area quickly. The next is to pay attention to where you can get appropriate cover from gunfire. You want to look for walls and buildings that are very dense in nature, that have maybe double brick walls, reinforced concrete, things of that nature, things that could really stop bullets, coming in your direction. The next is that you would want to carry a basic trauma kit. It could just be put in your pocket or in a backpack or a purse. Something that has like a basic hemostat, a trauma bandage, and of course, one or two tourniquets. A lot of people like to be in the middle of the action. And I think this is one of the most dangerous places to be is in the middle of the crowd because you're the furthest from an exit. So if you were to ask me, I would say enjoy the event on the peripheral, on the edge of the event, and be close by an exit. One of the things I think that you certainly should have is some type of light source in case there was low light situations that you had to work through. So low light environments could play a factor in your survival. It could be possible that the gunman shoots out lights or maybe cuts the power to a building or a venue. And so you may have to rely on a light source that you have on your person to find an exit to get out. Another option is the use of ballistic panels or inserts like in a backpack. They give you limited coverage on your body, but it is an option. Another thought is to blend in with the crowd. If everybody's wearing a certain color, or if everybody's doing a certain thing, it's good to kind of just blend in and not draw attention to yourself, especially when things get kind of chaotic. You don't want to draw attention to yourself because people might think that you're an enemy and not one of the masses. I would also discourage people from consuming alcohol in large gatherings because if you're not sober, you're not going to be able to react to protect yourself as efficiently as if you were sober. I would personally go to larger events when there's more than maybe a few hundred people in groups. Groups increase your chances for survival because you have allies with you that can back you up. If you do go alone, make sure other people know. At least two other people should be notified of where exactly you're going, when you're going to be there, and when you're leaving and when you should be home. You should definitely have a communication plan such as that and a regroup location. If you have a group, you should say, right before everybody gets out of the vehicle or leaves the parking lot, of where in an emergency everybody should, pretty much regroup. Should they regroup at the lobby or should they regroup at someone's vehicle or should they regroup there, here or there? That's something that you have to determine on basically a place, a safe location so that everybody can kind of reunite if things go south. So these are some different ideas. A lot of places don't allow you to be armed. That's why I didn't involve any type of firearms or any kind of self-defense weapons. And most likely they may not be that helpful if we're talking about people in different positions that have the advantage. Like in the Las Vegas shooting, he was in the 32nd floor of a hotel quite far off from the group. And there was no way that someone with a handgun could probably take him out. Much less even spot where he was even shooting from. I mean, people had a real hard time even trying to figure out where the gunfire was coming from. And so it didn't really matter in that instance if you were armed or not. It was more like, did you have medical supplies on you? Did you have cover? Did you have a plan to get out of the area? Could you egress? And that was kind of the more important thing. Of course, every situation is different. If you're going to a movie theater and you're a little bit more up close and in contact with an assailant or a criminal, maybe a sidearm could be, advantageous. In that situation, you're going to definitely want a light to identify the threat. That's for sure. So you're going to have to really think about every location as having unique challenges and unique situational needs. And so, it's a real sad situation to hear about this particular shooting and other shootings. It's a real tragedy. And I'm really curious to figure out or to hear more about what happened. But I think at the very moment they're saying 59 people dead and like around 500 injured, which is horrendous. And it seems like more information is coming out about who this person is. And, there's a part of me that wants to talk more about this, but I still think it's too early. And there's no reason to just speculate on anything until we get more concrete evidence. But even with that, sometimes you wonder if we're ever going to know the real truth. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.